Hi, my name's Andy, and I am the AI and Automations Manager at ITVET. If you love doing something to the point where it's completely effortless, that's probably for you.
I think it's just about that openness of saying, this is something I'm passionate about.
Yeah.
This is something I love. This is something I'd love to do. And it not just being, no, sorry, we're not doing that.
Yeah.
Just carry on. You're a service desk manager. Stay in your lane.
It goes back to being part of a company that allows you to be you. And that's who I am. Like, if I see an opportunity, I'm gonna go and ask you for it. And you created the space where I could.
Hi, my name's Darryl. I'm the CEO here at ITVET. Today I've got Andy and we're going to be talking about his life and his journey through ITVET. Kick off with one question. The first question, do you remember the first time we met?
Yes. You came into the office and you showed me as a new employee, you started talking to me all about domains. And we went into the meeting room and I'd never met you before and I'd heard of you. I'd heard of, Darryl, he's one of the directors here. And I was like, oh, okay, yeah. Next thing I know, I think it was day 5 of me being at ITVET. In you come, you're like, Andy, come on, we're learning about domains. It's like, okay, fair enough. And a decent sized company, you don't always expect the director to be straight in there, in the weeds, so to speak, teaching us all about various bits of technology. That took me back a little bit. It was kind of like, oh, it's one of these kind of companies.
Okay.
Get it.
Unusual, I guess, was it different to what you've been used to before?
100%. I came from quite a stressful work environment. So that was kind of what I knew when working within companies. Seeing you come in, teach me all about domains was, very different.
So what was life like before ITVET then?
Oh, well, how far back do you want?
As far as you want
to go. From the age of 11 till 18, I was in the boxing gym. So I was training 4 times a week. Academia and school kind of took very much a back seat. And school in general I just wasn't one of those kids that the school gelled with. From a very young age, got into technology. I built my first computer when I was 9.
It's normally where it starts, isn't it?
Exactly, the classic. Yeah, I inherited an old PC from my dad.
Do you remember the spec?
Oh God, no! I remember it was definitely definitely IDE drives, all of that good stuff. But started just tinkering around with computers, and before I knew it, I was fixing my dad's computer and fixing my mum's computer and fixing my friend's computer and their parents' computer. And I started getting really interested in computers all the way through going through school, whilst juggling the training of boxing, whilst doing my music on the side as well. But so ended up getting my first few jobs based on my IT skills, not necessarily in IT companies or MSPs or anything like that. But I was the guy that was good on a computer. That then kind of led me to a very small business that just had a phone server, a few endpoints, a couple of iPads flying around, very, very minimal. But I was the IT guy there. COVID came around and the work just dried up overnight. And I had a very close friend, Ben, who'd worked at ITVET before.
Ben Spraggett, yeah.
That's the one. And he was like, do you know what, Andy? You'd be perfect for ITVET. You've got the interest. He knew the kind of level of skill that I was sort of hovering around as well. He said, just apply, mate. I was like, yeah, all right, fine. And then Andrea interviewed me, who I think you're getting on as well. And I didn't have the skills on paper that meant I could jump straight into an engineering role. So I started off as an agent, answering the phones, password resets.
Yep, classics.
Stuff. Yeah. And very quickly kind of started to climb the ladder as to where I am now.
That's brilliant. Yeah. So let's get into that. So the growth. So you started out as thought you was going to come in as an engineer. It was like, okay, maybe I don't quite make the grade, but you came in at an agent level, and then worked your way up. So how did that go? Talk me through that.
I was happy to just get the job in the first place. And I came in answering phones and quite quickly realized that I enjoy this. Hold on a minute, I get to talk to loads of different people. I get to fix loads of bits of broken technology, which I loved doing anyway. The side effect was my growth. My knowledge gaps were being filled. I was turning up to work really quite happy to work, which is very different from my previous experiences. Work finishes at 6, but I'll be on there till 7, 8 maybe. Me and you with our chats. God knows, early hours of the morning. But it was just more of an environment where I was actually genuinely happy to work, and I do feel like that allowed me to grow into an engineer role. That was like the next step. I think I joined August 2021 and was engineer by December. Wow. And I was thrilled. I got a lovely email from you, very personal, and I was like, brilliant. Everyone in my surrounding family life as well was chuffed for me. I finally found something that they're understanding and rewarding me. So went into the engineer role. Loved that as well. Again, more of the same, just harder problems.
Basically, tickets that take longer.
Exactly, tickets take longer, but you still get to use all your people skills. You get to touch so many different technologies as well. Started working as an engineer, using my people skills, and thought I should give management a go. So I started to sow the seed. So I was being managed by Mike at the time, and it was sort of like every other conversation. I fancy a bit of management one day. I could do management one day. And you just sort of put it out there. And then before you know it, we created a new role, which was the SDL role, which you had a really, really huge part in. And that was for managing the teams within Service Desk. So I ended up being the engineering SDL, Service Desk lead, which again, absolutely loved. People skills. I get paid to talk to people.
Great, win-win.
Exactly. Obviously, there's knowledge that sits under those communications and stuff like that. But it was brilliant. I got on well with everyone. Really enjoyed it. And so it's like, okay, you climb that rung. Well done. You sit on that rung for a little bit, get yourself comfortable, learn, grow, and then when you're ready, we'll help you up to that next rung. And then the next rung, and the next rung. And if you've reached the top of that rung, then let's sidestep. The next rung for me from SDL was SDM, Service Desk Manager. And they look after the SDLs who are looking after the teams within Service Desk. And you get a far broader awareness. Before I was sort of honed in on the engineering team and whatever was going on with the agents and the techs, it was kind of like, I've got my team. And then you look at it from a bigger picture and you start to look at all of these processes, and you're sort of going, so that's where that process starts. I've only ever been on the receiving end of that process, but now I can see where it started, and you're looking at it as a whole, and you go, okay, we patch that there, we do something here. By the time it's there, we've saved and I really enjoyed that. Really enjoyed looking at the processes and automating what I could of them. And then so that at that point in that current time, I don't believe it is the case now, but that was technically the top of that rung of the ladder. And then obviously we come into where
we are
I'm
now.
Desperate to
I
talk about.
I know. You can't wait to get into it. So I think, just hearing what you're saying there, there's a lot of opportunities there, and it's about you carving out your own pathway as well, and drawing on all those skills that you've built up. You've got, like you said, it's not an unusual one, but for a technical person to also enjoy working with people. I mean this in the nicest possible way. But you don't normally see those two arm in arm, and obviously you've seen, okay, I'm really good with people and I'm really good with processes, I'm really good with technology. Hey, let's let's mash this up and let's put those to good use.
Yeah.
So the next step for you, I don't know, we are going to get into it now, and that is into your current position, which is moving from that service desk management role and using all of that experience into the world of AI.
Yes. So what I haven't mentioned is, while all of this is happening, and I'm doing my job as SDL, as SDM, there's a bit of a fire going on around the world of this new launch of modern day LLMs, large language models, AI, and Daryl, it bit me. There's very few things that I've had throughout my life that really grab you, and the kind of lying awake in bed at night kind of level of
having the bug doesn't even.
Yes,
it's not even the bug,
exactly.
Is it? It's bigger than bugs.
Oh yeah, absolutely. It grabbed me, and I still to this day remember the first time I was engaging with ChatGPT 3.5, and I played with Bard a little bit prior. I was like, okay, this is huge, and it really, really excited me. So I started doing what I do best: sleepless nights, researching, playing, fine-tuning my own models, just anything that I could do to. And it wasn't so that I could go, oh, one day I want to be an AI expert or anything like that. It was just because
but you had a passion.
I love doing it.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly that. It's like the best case scenario for anyone. And I'd say to anyone, if you love doing something to the point where it's completely effortless, that's probably for you. All right. That's probably what you should go.
But what's probably quite difficult there is to actually find an employer or a company where there's going to be those opportunities for you to follow that passion.
Yes.
Right? I think a lot of people at that point will probably go, oh, I'm going to leave now.
Yeah.
Because I'm going to go off and do AI for this other company.
Yeah.
But that didn't happen for you.
No, not at all. And again, I think the relationship that I'd built with the likes of yourself over the previous 5 years of working at ITVET, it meant that I could just pick up the phone to you. We got to that point where I was like, Dad, you got 5 minutes. I knew it wasn't 5 minutes. Let me just.
It's never. I would always say and I knew it weren't 5 minutes as well, and because
that was just the hook.
It was always a 5 minute hook. My wife always says to me as well, she went, wrap it up. You're like, how long was that call? An hour and 20 minutes later. Exactly. I was very conscious as well. Obviously, with those early days, I was getting very excited myself about AI. And obviously, when you're working in the technology industry and you're passionate and you love technology, how can you not? Firstly, and so when that's being matched with your energy as well, and we're just having these conversations, and like you said, most evenings we'd be there talking about all sorts of stuff. But then for us to go, well, actually, let's explore this. Let's look at. We need to as a business, because again, I think this is what you're touching on. There is a growing company. It's going to have growing opportunity. It should do if they're always constantly molding and changing and evolving. To the latest. Requirements from customers and what people want. So I think, I noticed that in you. I saw it in you, and I was like, okay, and come on, let's talk. Like, what can we do in this AI space?
That's it.
Then so we ended up now where you are. Yeah.
So I think we'd identified very early on that this is a growing thing. It's not a fad. This is a new piece of technology that is going to have huge implications and multiple applications moving forward. And to be part of a company that was wise enough to identify that, you could quite easily have gone, let's sit on it for 5 years. Let's see how it is in 10 years, and we can try and catch up. But no, with ITVET and yourself, it's like, all right, what's next? What do we need to do in order to start utilizing this brand new piece of technology? So we would have, hours of conversation, just talking about the latest breakthroughs and the various tools and this and that. We identified we needed a team. We needed to be adopting this technology. And I said to you, Daryl, I want in. I need in.
Yeah.
I need to be involved with this because, like, as I said, nothing has quite grasped me like that for a very, very long time. And it was, okay, cool, all right, let's do it.
Did that come as a bit of a shock?
Yeah, I guess in the sense that, again, it goes back to being part of a company that allows you to be you, and that's who I am. Like, if I see an opportunity, I'm gonna go and ask you for it. And you created the space where I could ask you for it. I wasn't, hold on a minute, Andy, you're doing service desk management.
Yeah.
What are you talking about? It was, you love this technology, do you? That's tick one, right? You've ticked that off. You love talking about it. You love working with it. And yeah, as much as it was a shock, it also wasn't a shock because I knew what ITVET was like. They're all about empowering the individuals. So yeah, we sat down. We've been sussing it out for the last 6 months, getting some processes in place, building a team, and yeah, it's some really, really exciting times, and I cannot wait to continue just working with AI and automations as well. Is a big part.
Well, I think that's what's happened, isn't it? The whole word automation has always just been tapped on the end of the AI and automation.
Yeah.
Automation's been around for a very long time. It's not that they're not suddenly just appeared out of nowhere. It's just like, AI and automation. I mean, you touched on something there, and I think you said creating a space, to have that conversation. And I think that's a really key thing there is, communication being so open, not just between us, but I guess between you and also other people in the department. Yeah. Obviously, we've got an ops director, you've got service desk management team, you've got senior leadership team as well. But I think it's just about that openness of saying, this is something I'm passionate about. Yeah. This is something I love. This is something I'd love to do. And it not just being, no, sorry, we're not doing that. Yeah. Just carry on. You're a service desk manager. Stay in your lane. Top of your rung, stay where you are. That's not happening, or we'll come back to you, or something like that. It wasn't that at all. So that's really, really good. But no, it's a great story, and I think your journey as well in the 5 years.
Yeah,
I mean, what an incredible journey from an agent to now heading up a department. With how many reports? I think have you got?
Well, I'm hoping to be around 6.
Yeah.
But it's kind of like the dream. Yeah. And again, it kind of all we backtrack back to 2020 of COVID, where I was like, what am I doing? What's happening next here? Get in with the right company, and you're fine. I was always a hard worker. I was always, that was one benefit that I had, but I'd done all of that in my previous jobs as well. I'd always worked hard, but this was the difference, was being at ITVET, allowing the growth to happen. And I don't want anyone to think that it was because I was communicating with you. It just happened to be that we got on very well, but it's a top-down thing. So everyone in that the managerial positions or the people that can make things happen for you, they're all the same. Yeah. It's completely across the business. It's not just because I happen to be ringing you at 7 o'clock.
And we talk about red wine and AI.
Exactly.
And music production and all those other things as well. We've got similar interests, which is great. But I think that's what happens as well naturally in a company and an organization. You do realize you're bringing people together who have similar interests, similar likes and similar dislikes and things like that as well. So, naturally, I think those relationships will form within that business, and that's what it's about, is building meaningful relationships with people. So, and I do have that. It's not just the favoritism thing, and I'm just always talking to Andy because I talk to everyone, of course, as you probably know. Yes. And everyone messages me, you got 5 minutes? Yeah, of course I have, no problem. And we're on the call. But no, it's been really good. And I mean, I know we could talk about AI all day long. We could really go into the weeds, and we'll probably need to, I think, to be honest, have a spin-off and really get into the nitty gritty of AI. But it's been really, really good. Thanks for coming on and having a chat with me today, and massively appreciated, mate. So thanks for having me. Much. No worries. Thank you.
Cheers.